Hello. How's everybody doing? Uh, Hope everyone is doing okay. I'm Dave Mitchell. Thanks for joining in. Please like, subscribe, share, all those good things. Smash that subscribe button, the like button, and thanks for being here on this very sad day. I'm going to talk about the horrific racist killing that happened in Buffalo, New York, USA. A white supremacist, 18 years old, Peyton, I don't really want to say his name, killed 10 people out of his very racist feelings. And it was just a totally horrific thing that happened, a racist killing. And this is something that has to end. Racism in all its forms. I know everyone says that we'd stop racism, we'd stop hate, we'd stop discrimination in all its forms. You hear commercials, you hear PSAs, you even sometimes hear it at the water cooler at your workplace or at your school, whatever, social club, whatever it is, on your socials. You hear about how we should fight racism and do all we can to address the issue. And that's a good thing that it's on people's mind to fight this deadly social beast, this social disease called racism. And it really has to stop, and it's going to stop when everyone continues to do all they can to stand up in every way, shape, form, and fashion against racism, from its smallest forms to its biggest forms. And any form of it is a tremendously awful thing. It's just something that has been going on since time, since dirt. People killing people because of their different ethnic groups, tribes, uh, colors, and associations. This is something that, you know, there's definitely a solution to it, from a macro level to also a micro level. We'll talk about both of them. Talk about anti hate and how people can be better people themselves and as well as their communities in my other videos. But we're going to talk about something that is massively huge on a micro level, on a macro level. And the macro level is that we do need more government involved into addressing these hate groups, going after them. Full speed ahead. This is something that has to be of the utmost importance. There are hate groups. There are people who want to cause harm and conflict towards people who look different than them, sound different than them. And this is something that has to be in full force. Contact your lawmakers, your people who are in leadership. Let them know that this is the utmost important for them to go after these people, these groups that are out here, are the anti hate groups, foundations. They need support. They're doing a good job. They need to do as much as they can, even more so at this time, to eradicate this injustice of these sick individuals that are out here causing harm and continuously finding ways to form other people and groups to get together to cause more mayhem. Has to stop. Have to nip it in the bud. And like I said, on a macro level, the governments know about these groups. They are monitoring them. They're on social media. And this particular monster individual, I believe, was on social media, probably engaged with other people who are the like mind, who are supremacists, haters, who, again, want to and have caused serious harm and hurt. But it has to stop. These are people that are devious, hateful, insecure, just rats. Lower than that. That's nothing against the rest. They're 1,000% lower than that. and their way of thinking and their behavior. And I'm not trying to be facetious or funny, but it's the truth. They have reached the bottom of the rung of society, and there's just no name and no need for them and their behavior. And again, I believe there's enough, not maybe as many as we would like. People are here with decent hearts who are anti-hate, anti-racism, anti-discrimination, want a better society for themselves, for their friends and their family. That's where it comes in down to on a more micro level, on how you can reach out, like I said before, to other people, to your family members who are maybe different persuasions, in-laws who are not of your same ethnicity. You know, get to learn about them. Introduce yourself. Uh, Introduce yourself with different people who are in your neighborhood, in your surroundings. Who are of different backgrounds and different cultures. It doesn't take a whole lot to be a person who has enough strength to say, no, I really am a good person. I want what's best for me and others around me, even those that look different than me. That only makes for a better society. That is one key factor. That doesn't take billions of dollars, millions of dollars. Key factors on getting on the road and going down the road of having a more harmonious, unified society, a more civilized society. I don't know if it'll ever get to the point where people are kumbaya. I'm not even, asking for that. I'm not even, saying that that is possible. But what I'm saying is what's possible is a little bit more respect and civility towards, yourself and people of like mind, as well as people who are different from you from the outside, but still have the like mind and heart, who are down for, justice, equality, and just equal rights for all people, in which everyone has that right as a human being. And these are basic fundamentals that we have to keep going on, keep giving it the strength and the respect and appreciation that it deserves. And don't let the negativity, the toxicity of hate and racism, discrimination crowd that out. I know it gets extremely difficult, and this is a challenging time right now, not just for the victims and their families in the Buffalo, New York area, but throughout the world, and not just in the USA alone. Because again, racism and hate is not just geographically located in the USA. It's throughout the world. I said before, there's nothing new about people hating people or feeling insecure or fearful of people who are different than them, who look different than them, who sound different from different cultures, customs, and traditions. And that brings me back to that word fear. It's all based in fear and ignorance. And people let that fear, whether it's rational or irrational, the fear they have of other people, and it's based on miseducation and ignorance, that they let that fear fuel in them. People get into that comfort zone of feeling as though that someone who looks different from me is something wrong with them. They're the enemy. They're the reason why I couldn't get that job. They're the reason why I couldn't get that grant, that loan. The reason why I'm this person who's struggling so hard is because that brown person, that black person, that yellow person has took something away from me uh, in my country. No, we can't point fingers at people. Yes, there are different things that are unequal and unfair, but when we start blaming people based on their nationality, people that we don't know, their ethnic background, that's when that fuel, that ignorance, that pain, that fear takes over. It takes over in a negative way and affects individuals. And it just builds on up until these groups and other hate groups are formed, and just nothing but mayhem comes out after that. That's something that's not, again, stopped and changed around. So if you are feeling that person who's of another background, race, creed, or color is taking something away from you. Uh, they are causing you not to have the rights and freedoms that you believe that you deserve. Don't just have that mindset. Now, if someone's particularly harming you in some way, you address them face to face, but you don't generalize and stereotype a whole massive group of people based on some beliefs or a belief system that you know has been taught that they are causing these pains and afflictions to you, and which is leading you down a path or a life that you don't want, or you feel as though you don't deserve. Things like that. Yes, it's complex. Yes, these fears are real. These aren't things that can be just swept under the rug. I know people have these fears. Again, whether they're rational or not, you know, it's just something that's innate in human nature. It's a flaw that we all have. That when things don't go our way, we tend to blame. We tend to blame people who don't look like us. No, that is something that we can't that keep going on. So that's the thing. That's the thing on a very, very micro level that we all can reassess, reevaluate our feelings, our thoughts, self-introspection about how we feel about, others who look different from us, different ethnicities. Uh, do a self-evaluation about how we feel about that, and try to address that situation with the right type of knowledge, positive encouragement, so that it won't eat away at you, because that's what generates and fosters racism and that belief system, and which is passed down. And that's what this monster had wound up doing. He was fed racist ideology. The guy who just went on this killing spree, he's fed this racist ideology, and it just kept fueling. He got into association. Remember, bad association spoils useful habits. Maybe he was some innocent child, okay, but he got into this cycle, this learning about other people are bad and evil, and just got into the association with people who felt the same way and kept fueling this until eventually he went out and committed this massacre that killed so many people, and in such a cold-hearted, vicious, evil way, uh, in New York, Buffalo, at a supermarket. And that's what played out. It's a recipe for disaster. When a person is filled with hate and anger, fear, and it's fueled, and just, it keeps going on from them hearing different things from other people, and then coupling that with, you know, military weaponry, again, it spells for disaster, but it has to be stopped and nipped in the bud. These characters that are out here, maybe some people can be changed. Maybe all's not lost. People who have racist ideologies about people, and I hope you're watching this, because maybe you should think twice, because you don't want to go down that road. If you feel bad about somebody, whatever, you hate them, you don't even know them, it's really comes down to you self-projecting. You need to deal with what's really bothering you, work on that, fight against whatever that's causing you to have these feelings, fight to empower yourself to be a better person. Then potentially good results will happen. But don't go down this bad evil road of letting that hate and anger and fear fuel you to become a monster. And if you're thinking that, you're going to be stopped, because it's enough people out here who are sick and tired of people feeling a certain way and doing these vicious acts against other people, just because they feel so insecure, hateful, and angry about their lot in life. So again, on a macro level, we got to let the people who are at the top FBI, who are definitely uh, looking into these hate groups and finding out more information about them to stop them from planning out these attacks uh, from the government level. Need them to keep working hard on that. Support them in any way you can with information that you can help them with solving some of these crimes or potential crimes in the making. And also on a micro level, again, if you see someone doing something hateful or saying something hateful, have that might, have that respect, and address them and tell them that this is something that would not be tolerated. Even the worstest, things people say about someone, based on their, you know, ethnic group, their skin color, that stuff should not be tolerated. Saying that someone is, dumb, stupid, evil, just because they have this particular ethnic group. If you hear that type of language, even it's on your socials or whatever like that, you know, stay away from that or address it if you can. Let them know that this is no place for this anymore, because we don't need to add fuel on the fire of a blazing fire that's going on, the toxicity of racism and hate in all its forms. So again, you had the power. Yes, you, to do all you can, just yourself, to be empowered as an individual, to fight against any toxic forms of hate based on a person's ethnicity or race. And at the end of the day, we are of one human race. So I'm saying ethnicity because we're a human race made up of multiple ethnicities, colors, shades, and cultures, which makes the human race one big, beautiful family, in which it could be actually not just externally, but eternally in the heart. Again, I believe that we have more as human beings, more in common than we had differences. So let's build on those common things that we have. Even as a step at a time, I think that we can get there to a more civilized, respectful society where we can, at the very least, disregard any type of hate and hateful acts that would that definitely have to stop. And that type of racism and all its forms have to end. Yes, I pray. I pray heavily for the victims' families. Sorry that this another tragic situation has happened um, based on hate, domestic terrorism, uh, and just because someone let their feelings of evil, you know, take over them and destroy the lives of people. But we can't let that destroy the human family or that community. And again, I'm gonna pray hard and do what I can to help with the healing process of the ones uh, who are unfortunately suffering this enormous tragedy in, at this time. And it's not just in Buffalo, New York, but again throughout the world, throughout the American society. It's nothing new, nothing new. So it has to really come to an end. Find ways, creative ways, real, real, ways, authentic ways. Be creative on how you can make society, just your community, just your block, just your area that you live in, 5 mile radius, just a bit of a better civilized society for people to live in, to have respect for each other. And with that, you'll be doing your part. Even with that, yes, it might not seem like much. It might seem like you're changing the world, but you are. Each person changes the world by changing themselves. We all do we can to empower ourselves in a positive way that's making a change. And I'm not just saying this in a superficial way or a way that seems pious. You know, I'm saying this out of realness because I believe that that's something that's still possible, and it is. So again, in racism, in hate, any form of you know killings and massacres that are happening that are just so grim. That is something that has to be really done away with. Say a prayer. May God, loving God, please be with the ones who are suffering right now, going through such a tremendously difficult time uh, because of the loss that happened in Buffalo, New York, the killings that happened. God, please help people see that the hate, the bigotry, the evil that they have in their heart, or the fears that they have about different ones, be eradicated. Please have your Holy Spirit, your love, uh, be upon the ones again who are going through such a tremendous ordeal right now. And with that, Father, we pray. Thank you. Amen. In the name of Christ. So, again, whatever belief you are, whatever title you have, whatever skin color you are, whatever economic, social, economic, educational, physical situation, or wherever you find yourself in life right now, understand this: that at the end of the day, we all human. We all flesh and blood, bleed the same blood, and that's red. With that, thanks for joining in. Again, do something today that can help dispel the myths and the misconceptions, the miseducation about people who look different than you. Yes, you can do it. YouTube is a great resource for finding out information, worthy information about different cultures and customs outside of yours. As I mentioned before, do that. Just take a few minutes to check it out. Check out a nice video. Again, if you're in Africa, check out videos about people in Europe. If you're in Europe, vice versa. If you're in South America, check out videos of people and their cultures and customs in Asia, Far East Asia, wherever the situation is. That's how things can change or go in the right direction for a better day, better society. Peace out. Stay safe. Be blessed. Take care. Thanks for watching again. Please like, please subscribe. Please share this information of positivity at such a dire time right now. Hopefully you can get a takeaway or two from this. Share. Have a conversation or two about it. Thanks. All the best to you. I salute. That's my contribution for right now as I continue to try to give out good information, positive, upbuilding, and engaging thoughts for ones who are out there. Thank you again, Dave Mitchell. Peace out.